your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, Vigilante Nation, the drivers are ready, the engines are primed, and the Kansas Speedway lights are burning bright tonight. This is Vigilante Racing Network live from virtual Kansas City, Kansas for the VRL Premiere Series playoffs round of 12. This is the first of 6 races in the postseason that will determine your VRL Cup champion and your contender champion. My name is Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg in the booth, and we'll be bringing you all the excitement and racing action tonight. And we're going to get you started with some session details. All right, so tonight it's going to be 133 laps from Kansas. That's 200 miles. Fuel capacity 65%. The drivers do have 5 additional sets of tires across the wall. That means they have 6 total tonight. There are no fast repairs in this series. The incident limit is set to 25 and 6, and the lucky dog and waiver rounds are on iRacing as always. I'm not showing you any championship point standings right here at this time. Like I mentioned, we're going into the playoffs. Ricky and I are going to discuss this at great length when we go over the format for you here in just a few moments. But with that, we'll go ahead and get you over and talk about our weather conditions here tonight. All right, it's pretty cool out there. 71 degrees is the air temperature. The track temp right now is around 103 Fahrenheit, 64% humidity, and variable winds. It's not that bad out there. So it's going to be pretty cool, which is great for these drivers. It's going to be a lot of grip out there, but we are expecting to see significant tire wear nonetheless, because this track just kind of eats the tires up. So let's talk about penalties from last week from New Hampshire. We have the 99 truck, the 81 truck. Actually, the 81 has a double penalty, so he has to do a drive-through after the start of the race before we get to lap 3. The 29 truck also has an EOL penalty, the 82, the 01, the 4, the 38, and the 53. We had a few penalties from last week in New Hampshire. I'm going to show you your driver cams here tonight. We have the most that we've ever had with 12. I want to get through all these so you can see the different onboard views that we have ready for you tonight, starting with Mr. Kelly Hill in the 01 truck. You can see his setup here. Actually, he just got a new engine, so to speak, this week, a new computer, so we had to completely reset everything. And we had a different view for him. A nice triple screen immersion he's got going there, information screen up top, and a good looking setup in there. Much brighter than it used to be, so we appreciate that. Next up, we have the 023 machine of Mr. Roney. We took a good in-depth look at his sweet. I think it was last week or the week before when he was the spotlight driver. So we got on board with him. Next, Greg Dobson, one of our Canadian drivers, our brothers from the north. Always got a nice low angle going on. So on board with him tonight. Now we have Andrew Cawthon's on board from the right hand over the right hand shoulder. We're looking to see if he's able to keep that camera running. Like, for whatever reason, we keep getting it frozen up during the race, but it's nice to have, at least at the beginning. From New Hampshire, we got the 13 machine of Andy Player. We got Kyle in that 16 machine racing out of Chicago. Looking good with his Josh Berry shirt on. Big Berry fan. Next up, speaking of berries, we have Dave Mayberry, the 29 truck. Looks like he's making his notes out there for the night on his whiteboard. Let's see if he's got some messages for anybody when we check in on him later. The unique camera view we have here of Mr. Gomes. He is the only virtual setup that we have, at least on camera. Always interesting to watch him. He's actually having to look around, as you can see, at everything without having a monitor in front, just shifting his eyes. And let's see. Next up, we have Dustin Wade. Good looking setup going on there. Nice. Sometimes we get to see his son on the camera view. We'll see if he's in there tonight. We have Mike Adamson here, rocking the Dale Jr. gloves there. And now we have Mr. Greg Klein. Now, we're supposed to have the 89 machine of Good Enough as well, but we don't have him at the moment. We'll see if that camera angle comes back. But those are your onboard cameras for tonight, folks. So we should have a lot of good opportunities to talk to those guys, to see how it looks from inside the truck while they're trying to get around this joint pretty fast, see if they can win this race. bring you back to the main screen here. Okay, so that's all of our onboard cameras. So Ricky, before I get into the formats of the VRL Cup and the Contender Chase, I want to know, hey man, how you feel? Are you ready for this wild card round here for the Premiere Series?
Oh yeah, definitely ready for tonight. This is probably going to be the most intense night of the playoffs, even though it's the opening round, because it's a one shot and you're taking 4 of them out tonight. So 4 of the 12 go back to the trailer after tonight.
Yeah, that's right. With that, so here's your current lineup for the VRL Cup for season 12. And P1, Dylan Bryant. P2, this is how they're starting off the playoffs, folks. So P1, Dylan Bryant. P2, Tim Pope. In third place, Craig Goodenough. Fourth, Chris Gomes. Fifth, Dustin Eaton. Sixth, Josh Bittner. Seventh, Andy Player. Eighth, Jonathan Osborne. Ninth, George Rincon. 10th, Mike Adamson. 11th, Scott Roney. And 12th, John McAdam. These are the 12. So for the VRL playoffs, the formats, after 12 races, which we just completed last week, the Premiere Series resets all the playoff drivers to 2,000 points plus 5 bonus points per win that they may have for the season, and any additional points that they earned in their finishing position for the season. It's a bit complicated, but if you guys follow NASCAR racing, it's essentially the same format. So a total of 12 drivers qualify for the VRL Cup playoffs. Any driver with at least 1 win and is ranked in the top 20 in overall points is automatically in. This season, we had 6 drivers who met that criteria. The remaining 6 positions went to the next highest drivers in overall points. So the playoffs unfold in 3 rounds. This is the round of 12, or the wild card round, which we have been calling it. So it's a 1-race wild card. We got 12 drivers. We're cutting 4 of these drivers tonight here, folks. 4 of them going down to 8 for the next race. So the second round of the playoffs, or the round of 8, is 2 races. And then after 2 races, we will cut another 4 drivers and get down to our championship 4. And those 4 drivers will race it out for the Cup in the final 3 races of the season. That's a lot to go over. So round of 12 is 1 race. We're cutting 4 drivers tonight. Round of 8, 2 races, cut an additional 4, and then we race it out for 3 races to determine our champion. And I already went over where we're at. These drivers, some start off with a little bit higher points total. So your first place driver, for instance, is at 2,030, and your 12th place driver is at 2,000. So there's a 30-point gap there, but that could go away in 1 race, Ricky. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Who's your pick maybe to win this thing? We didn't, by the way. We did not do a power ranking going into this, but I think after this wild card round, you and I will do one before the next race.
All right, yeah, sounds good. So tonight, I think everybody's just got to survive. I think based on the points, the top 4 is probably mostly okay, unless they go out real early and some really crazy stuff happens. I think from 5th on to 12th, those guys, Eaton, Bittner, Player, Osborne, Rincon, Adamson, Roney, McAdam, those are the guys more than likely that's going to be fighting for those last 4 spots tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're going to go over the Contender Chase. So our second tier battle, switch over here so you can see who's involved in that. So the way this works is the drivers who didn't make the playoffs will be competing for the Contender Chase trophy. So all drivers remaining in the league, they got reset to 1,000 points plus any wins that they had, which is 5 additional bonus points, and they get a few bonus points if they finished in the top 10 of those remaining drivers. So from that point forward, it's a 6-race shootout with old school scoring, folks. No stage points, no eliminations. The only bonus points that are on the table for these drivers the next 6 races is if they have an incident-free race. They get 2 bonus points. The driver with the highest total after the 6 races earns the Contender Chase title. Who's your pick for this one?
Man, this is tough. I mean, some of these guys definitely could win the actual championship if things had worked out different. But if you had to pin me down onto 1 or 2, give me Anderson, Burke, or Robertson to take home the Contenders Chase.
Anderson, Burke, or Robertson. Oh man,
those would be my top 3.
I mean, you're right. Those guys, if they're in the top 12 of the Cup, they would be vying for that championship. So I can't deny that. I will say Dustin Wade's going into this a little bit ahead of everybody else. He is the one driver in this group who has a win this season, but he wasn't a top 20 in points, and that's the only thing that he just barely missed out on. But he had a breakthrough win this season. He's run on a hot high right now. Probably doesn't sound right, but anyway, he's doing well. And I don't know. I might have to put him in those three. I like the three picks you have, but I might throw Dustin in there too.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I like Anderson. I know he really dislikes road courses, and he's going to have to suffer through the Roval. And some guys don't like short tracks, and we've got Martinsville. Some guys don't like super speedways. We got Talladega. So I think there's going to be tracks that everybody dislikes coming up. So it's just who can survive the tracks they don't like.
Lori thinks my mic's on driver mode.
I saw Greg Dobson. I was going to mention that. He said something about the echo. I listened to it back in YouTube, and you sound different to me on what I hear from your mic when we're talking than what you sound on YouTube. So I don't know if that's something you can fix or what happened, but you do sound a little bit different.
Yeah, let me see
from what I actually hear.
Yeah. I don't know why it would be different, except there was an update to OBS. Maybe that threw something off.
Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, I guess we're into qualifying now. So I'll just kind of talk about qualifying here for a second, like what's going on with the gridding. And right now, Jack Dixon on top of the board with the 3,300. Scott Milner in second so far here in qualifying, 3,297. Now Pope goes to the top. Wade goes to second. So a lot of movement here in qualifying already. I did see Jonathan Osborne had a connection drop due to packet loss, which he just reconnected. So hopefully he doesn't have any connection gremlins tonight. I mean, any of those guys that's on the bubble of trying to make it into this next round in the playoffs, they definitely. At a 297, and then you got a bunch of guys in the threes. So this is a very, very tight knit group. We've got guys that can't qualify that Alan mentioned: Burke, Gones, Osborne. I know they all have penalties. I know there's a few others that have penalties also. So we're probably wrapping up qualifying right now. And Good Enough is still on top of the board here with just a minute to go. So he may snag the pole. Your leader coming into this race in the points, Dylan Bryant, 15th place effort in qualifying, a 30.386. So got a little ways to go. I think he's probably safe though with his points situation, where it would take a real strange race for him to get knocked out of those top 8.
All right, so let's try this again. So if anybody's out there listening, let me know how this sounds. That's one of the dangers of updates and different software, folks, that it resets a lot of things. I did find a setting that had been changed. Do I sound any different to you now, Ricky?
You sound the same on this. I'll have to listen back on the broadcast and see what it sounds like there.
All right. Greg Dobson's on the screen that I'm looking at, so maybe you see him. So while we're sitting here, folks, you'll see in the timing tower, you got red and yellow, and then you have no color highlight. The red is all of your VRL Cup Championship drivers. So there's 12 folks that are in red. And they're contending for the Cup. The yellow does it sound better?
No, it's actually worse. I don't know what happened, but it's actually more echoing now.
No. Is it? Well, you gonna be able to live with it? That's the question.
Right now, it's a double echo. If you could go back to the way it was before, that's probably livable. Hey guys, it's just the joys of software. You try everything, and Alan he's been doing a good job trying to navigate all this. But anybody out there listening, I will tell you, I have actually been in broadcasting for 25 years, and there are always gremlins on game nights or race nights or whatever. And don't matter how much you prepare, some of this stuff just doesn't work like it's supposed to. While you're sorting through that, I'll go ahead. We are getting ready to grid up. I'll give the folks out there a rundown here real quick. Starting grid. We got Craig Goodenough on the pole, Mike Adamson second, Tim Pope third, Dustin Wade in fourth, Jack Dixon fifth, Kyle Vaught sixth, John Gallagher seventh, Scott Milner in eighth, Andrew Cawthon ninth, John McAdam will be starting 10th. Dustin Eaton in 11th, Andrew Player in 12th. We've got Scott Roney in 13th, playoff driver, two playoff drivers, 12th and 13th. Stoney Benfield 14th, Josh Bittner, another playoff driver, 15th. Dylan Bryant, the playoff points leader right now, 16th. Trevor Robertson 17th, Anthony Williams 18th, George Rincon 19th, Tom Barish rounds out the top 20. And to round out the field, you got Greg Dobson, Kevin Hunt, Greg Klein, and then some of the guys that could not qualify: Jeremiah Burke, Chris Gones, Jonathan Osborne, Albert Anderson, Dave Mayberry, Kelly Kill, Mike Everidge in 30th, and Dion Jones will go shotgun on the field.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work it out here. I just did a grid up for you, so I'll let you do all the talking until I figure this out.
Yep, we got you. So we're watching the going to watch Alan's broadcast here, so I'll make sure that I'm watching the same thing as the trucks roll off of pit road. We are cool night here in Kansas. I don't know if the weather has updated differently on my monitoring system. I am showing an air temperature of 66 and the track temperature of 66. And if that track temperature is down to 66, those trucks are going to be gripped up and they're going to have a lot of horsepower. I expect them to be in a big draft tonight. Hard to get away from each other. It's going to be an interesting race. When you're going to be this tight, it's almost like a pack race, like a plate track. And you've got a bunch of guys that don't need to get wrecked. So it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive these guys are at the start of this race. The iRacing Pace truck is getting ready to peel off. Craig Goodenough and Mike Adamson going to bring them down to green. Tim Pope and Dustin Wade on the second row. Looks like Goodenough's got a little bit of an edge on Adamson as they're getting ready to fire off, and they're side by side at the line, and we are under green for the playoff eliminator race from Kansas. Looks like Goodenough with a good jump gets out in the lead. Pope pushing him and gets in second. Adamson not as fast of a start from that outside lane, getting overtaken by Jack Dixon, and he's going to have to try to tuck in line. It looks like Adamson losing some spots here early. Oh, and Pope sideways, Adamson sideways, Dixon up in the wall, huge crash on the first lap, and it has taken out some playoff contenders. Oh, Greg Dobson head on into the wall. This is a big mess. Oh, so unfortunate. On the first lap, we see two separate accidents right up front. Jack Dixon is destroyed. I think Pope is wrecked. Adamson is wrecked. This is a big deal, a big moment for the playoffs on the first lap.
Yeah, I know you can still hear me. I'm going to go back and take a look. That was big.
Take a look and see what happened here.
All right, let's go back to this one right here. We'll start with Mike. If my audio is messed up, folks, I apologize. We're trying to make do. Here we go. Simultaneous. But Mike was able to chase it and catch it, but 7 wasn't.
Yeah, it looks like Adamson. He starts to come around first, and then Pope in front of him starts to come around. He tries to catch it. Dixon, I think Dixon, he was checking up for Pope, that was checking up for the wreck, and he got ran into in the back by Gallagher, but Gallagher probably couldn't see Pope spinning, and it just happened so quick, and Kyle Vaught took a huge shot head on into the wall. Greg Dobson took a huge shot head on into the wall. just a bad break for a bunch of guys on the first lap coming out of turn 4. So we're looking overhead here. And from Tom Barish's viewpoint, maybe slowing down, a bunch of guys slowing down. He weaves his way through it, stops. There was at least 10 trucks involved in that crash, and I think 4 or 5 of them were heavily involved in that crash. I see that Kelly Kill has disconnected. I'll have to go back and see if he was one of the drivers involved in the wreck. It looks like Kelly had some kind of a problem. Actually, he must have had some kind of a technical problem because he pulled off the track and stopped. It was totally separate from the wreck. Tim Pope apologizing in the chat said that he snapped after it pushed and when it caught, and it just caught a bunch of guys in it. We do have some guys in the chat, or some people in the chat. Yeah, Tim McAdam in the chat, Dobson, Albert Anderson, Senior, Edith Anderson, Kathy Anderson, all out here in the chat. I know they're pulling for Albert, and I think he made it through that wreck unscathed. I believe there were so many guys wrecked, but he's still out there, and it looks like he's running in 19th.
Yes, I don't know what the problem is with the sound here, Ricky.
All right. I was giving you a minute to see if you've got it corrected there. I know you can't hear it until you hear it back on YouTube.
Yeah, I still sound like a robot. Let me try resetting this mic.
Okay. While you're doing that, we will be watching. We're watching the restart. Craig Goodenough has pulled out to a lead over Gallagher, who's now in second. You've got these guys side by side. Pope has survived the spin. Dustin Eaton actually spun in that crash, but he must have got to maintain his position because he's back up into third now. See them fanning out. Goodenough is trying to check out here on the pack, and that would be impressive because this is a drafting track pretty much, and I know for a while you can hold it wide open. I know Alan had mentioned to me that in the Monday race that the tires were given out pretty quick, though. So let's see how long they stay together before they may accordion back apart. You've got Gallagher having a real strong run, not in the playoffs, but hey, these guys are going for the contenders chase, and he's one of the guys in the contenders chase, so he's trying to make a statement for that title, as like Jonathan Osborne did last year. Gallagher under Goodenough with a power move coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Now that's going to pull them back to Dustin Eaton and the rest of the pack, as they're going to have a draft catching up to them. I think Goodenough's going to settle in behind Gallagher and see how long he settles in, or if he stays back there. It looks like he lets Gallagher lead this one lap, and then Goodenough back to the outside. Going to probably try to pinch him down there and run him tight side by side. Going to have to be careful. Banging off each other out of turn 2. Wow, that was a big contact. Got to be careful. Early in the race, guys, there's 2. Oh, no. Goodenough gets touched again. Whew. They call Chris Hansen getting touched so much. We've got Gallagher now into the lead over Goodenough. We got Dustin Eaton pulling up in third, and you've still got the entire pack right behind him. And I'll see if Alan has reset his mic.
Yeah, I'll try it again right here. It's testing, but I turned off YouTube, so you tell me if it still sounds like a robot, because you're on that side too.
Yeah, let me, I'll check YouTube here. Yeah, it's still got the echo. I guess it's just something we're gonna have to live with. It's not the end of the world. We can still hear you, so we'll just go with it.
Actually, I'll see if I can switch over to another mic. Maybe that'll help.
While he's doing that, we're gonna keep watching the battle up front. Good enough. Back to the lead. Gallagher second, Eaton third. Those three trying to, they're not pulling away too much, but they've got a little bit of a gap on Roney, who is in fourth. And McAdam now into the top 5. So you see the red that we've got on the monitor. So those drivers that you see highlighted in red are the championship 12. So anybody that you see highlighted in red are the championship 12. And you see Dustin Wade highlighted in yellow because he is currently the leader for the chase, the contender championship for the guys outside of the top 12. Got a good battle right behind McAdam with Pope side by side with the championship. That's the two championship leaders. Dylan Bryant just passes Pope. That's a huge pack behind them. You've got Gallagher, you've got McAdam, and then you've got Bryant, Pope, Rincon, Cawthon, Anthony Williams up there having a really strong run and good for Goodweiser tonight. Oh, and as I say that, he took Cawthon into the wall. Cawthon with a heck of a save. He didn't hit the wall. He was dead sideways. What a save by Andrew Cawthon. I think Williams may have pushed up a little bit through the tri-oval and got into Andrew Cawthon, and then Cawthon dirt tracks it and able to save it. And we stay under green, and that was definitely the save of the race so far. Let's see if Alan switched over on his mics.
I did switch over to the headset mic. Hopefully this sounds better.
All right.
Cool. It sounds better probably.
Maybe along the bottom. Like way off.
All right, you do not have the echo on this mic, but I believe you'll need to turn the volume up a little bit, and you'll be good.
All right, sounds good.
I think your volume's probably about 25 to 30% too low. There on the screen, as Alan's getting everything situated, you see Albert Anderson here in the middle of the pack, right in front of Mike Everidge. Albert is he's running in 12th, Everidge in 13th, so both of them moving forward, trying to get to the top 10.
I don't have a lot of overhead there. I'll just try to speak up a little bit. I had very little I could turn that up on. I don't know what else to do right now, buddy. We'll have to go with this.
It'll work.
Yeah, good enough there. Almost out. He's out to over Eaton at by half a second. Gallagher by 0.7 there. So that's your top 3. Good enough. Eaton and Gallagher. Roney and McAdam round out your top 5. This is one of them gremlins that's just annoying.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't know. You can't fix it on the fly. So we'll just make do with it. But they can hear you now, and you've not got the echo. So we're halfway there. We're most of the way back.
A little better.
Where do you want me, Kelly?
Yeah. That's just one of the things, man. That's crazy. They did do an OBS update yesterday, so maybe that was part of the problem anyway. So let's take a look around the field. Just go through the field.
Yeah, that was all good. It was an obvious
Kyle
pass.
Vaught still on pit lane. He may be out of the race. Right on board, Mike Adamson, 30. He's down 28 positions from where he started. Had to be involved in that earlier incident. Kelly Kill still out there in the track in 29th. Running all by himself here. Take a look at that track map. Yeah, we're kind of spread out. You can see a few people probably came off pit lane after damage.
I think Kelly had some kind of a mechanical, like a actual computer issue. He's 7 laps down, but he's back out there at least trying.
Well, I feel his pain on that one. So,
yeah.
Here we go. 28th is Dave Mayberry. Got Jack Dixon at 27th in that 48 machine. Jonathan Osborne in 26th. Greg Dobson, 25th. Scott Milner's in 24th. Andrew Cawthon is in 23rd. Hold on a second.
Thank you, man.
He's got the camera up there on Andrew Cawthon, and he had the save of the race so far. We saw that earlier. Just a really good save through the trouble.
Yep, for sure. There's Tom Barish in 22nd. Deion Jones is in 21st, that 4 machine. Trevor Robertson, 20th position, down 3 spots right now. Chris Goins, he had a penalty to start this race. He's up 6 positions in 19th. Greg Klein is up 5 in 18th.
Dylan, you can have it.
Dustin Wade, your current chase leader, is out Cincinnati in 17th. Kevin Hunt, 16th. Anthony Williams out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, he's in 15th. Indy Player is up in 14th position.
I'm plowing like mad. Take me
Tempo
down there.
down 10 spots from where he began the race. Don't know. It seemed like he got away with no damage on that incident. Should be okay, just making
Nope.
it forward.
He's got that right in crinkle damage, Alan, and I've seen him get kind of wicked a few times. I think that he's dealing with that. He's going to have to get that fixed to be competitive. He's hanging out a little bit.
That's one of the worst spots to have it right there in that right rear corner. He's still running in 12th, down 9 positions, but yeah, I see as he gets in the corner, he wants to spin out there. He's got to run that high line, just baby it.
Yeah, he's running that high line for the banking to help turn the truck without having to put too much wheel into it.
For sure. And then you got Albert Anderson right there in 11th right now, up 16 positions from where he began tonight. George Rincon, another one of your playoff drivers. So the playoff drivers are indicated by a red spoiler, and also they have a red VRL playoff banner on their windshield. Folks, when you take a look at it, I'll give you a shot right here. You can see on the front end of George Rincon. And there's a yellow banner for our chase leader. So for Dustin Way, you'll see a yellow spoiler and yellow banner. And Stoney Benfield, I don't know if Stoney's trying to make the pass or if George is trying to make the pass. It looks like maybe Stoney. He's in 9th, up 5 positions. You got Josh Bittner. He is another chase driver. He's in 8th. Apparently didn't get his paint on there. I don't have refreshed. I may not have refreshed paint there. What do you see on your screen?
For George Rincon?
Josh Bittner.
Oh, Josh Bittner. Yeah, he's got the Miller. Let's see. I think it's a Miller-looking high life truck with the playoff banner on. It's what I see.
Okay, so he must have got in after I already jumped in there. So here's Scott Roan. Excuse me. That's Jeremiah Burt. He's in 7th. He's up 17 spots from where he started. He did have a penalty tonight too. Scott Roney, another playoff driver. Salt Lake City, Utah's own. Racing in 6th, up 7 spots.
Bittner's getting spun out.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Did he get spun out? He must have been pretty sideways. They brought out the caution. Go back and see if we can take a look.
Checking up 1 and 2. We gotta let the pace go.
Close.
Who's this?
Waiting for the pace trip.
That's Stoney right behind him. Looks like, wow, they're going to get away with this. He went sideways, but everybody got straightened back out there.
You said you were pitting.
So we brought out the caution.
Who, me?
So Lori told me that Kyle had a blown engine.
I'm sorry, I didn't
get a
hear.
word with him.
My bad.
We might have to do all the talking.
Okay.
Right.
Pull him in here.
Hey, Kyle Vaught.
Go ahead.
It's It's Ricky and Alan in the booth, and we're having some technical difficulties, but buddy, it looks like you are too.
A little bit, y'all.
What, I mean, I would say how was the race going, but I don't think it actually got going for you. So what did you see? What happened?
I mean, watching it back, it was just all racing incidents, man. I mean, Pope, got a little loose. We're all full throttle in it, right? But then when you're right behind somebody, he got a little loose, and Dixon let out a little bit, so he didn't hit him. But Gallagher, was right behind Jack. Probably didn't even see that Pope was loose, so Gallagher was just right on him and just got into the back of him, and then from there it just went around. That was on my inside. On my outside, Mike and Wade were tracking up, and Mike got a little loose too, so I'm like, oh my god, it's on both sides. So I'm keeping it in pace, and I'm like, okay, everybody's where they're at. I can go around them. Pope saved it, we're good. And then Jack just gets sent up into me, hit the wall. I instantly hear my engine blow. I tow it. My pit crew says, we're all done, pack her up. So
that's it. It's just tough. It's tough when that happens, going out on the first lap. It looked like you had pretty good speed in practice. Did you feel like you was going to have a pretty competitive truck tonight?
I thought so, yeah, 100%. I mean, I qualified in P6, which is fantastic for me. It did feel good in practice, even around other cars. I felt good. I was going to try to be a little bit more conservative on my tires, just to try to make them last if there were some green flag rungs, but still try to be competitive. Yeah, I like this track, so it's a huge bummer. I'm super bummed.
Yeah. What about the Roval coming up next week? How do you feel about that track?
Let's put it this way: I might last longer in this race than I will in the Roval.
Oh no. Now come on, we can make a lap at the Roval. We're gonna make a lap.
Yeah, I hope so, man. We'll see.
I got you. Well, buddy, I'm sorry you're out of the race, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, y'all. Have fun.
All right. Hold on a second.
Go ahead, Albert. Go. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. You got this. You got the call.
Yeah, we're good for now. We got Pace truck coming out off the banking. You've got Good Enough and Dustin Eaton leading them to the restart. Team Tang on the front row. I guess it's a tribute to Jane Goodall, as the main Tang lady passes away earlier today. Done so much for chimpanzees. But Good Enough, right back to the lead. He's been out pretty much this whole race and trying to establish himself as the championship favorite. Back into the lead with Eaton pushing him down the back straightaway. They're probably going to try to draft together. You see Dylan Bryant, though, coming up on the inside of John McAdam back there. Him and Burke working their way forward. Bryant not with a great qualifying effort here tonight, but he has a great truck, it looks like, for the race setup. And Bryant, the championship leader, showing why he is on top of the points. Like Dave Mayberry and Jack Dixon coming into the pits. Not sure what's going on with those guys, but they must have had some contact or some issues. Going through the field, backed up to the front there. You've got Good Enough with Dustin Eaton trying to push him. You saw the last run. You can get away here at Kansas and kind of spread out from the pack. And these guys on the same team, I'm sure they're sharing some of their information. And Good Enough and Eaton both in the playoff race. Eaton trying to get through to the next round, so he's looking good so far.
I'm gonna try to switch this thing back on for a second.
Sorry, Greg, if I cut you off, sir.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ricky?
Yeah, I've got you.
All right. We'll see how that is. Corey said she can't hear me at all in the broadcast.
I was so low. I don't understand why it sounded that low. I could hear you in my ear, but through the broadcast, it wasn't coming through.
Well, John said he wants to go.
We'll just have to deal with this tonight, folks.
Yep. I mean, the echo's there, but at least you can be heard, and I think that is definitely better than not hearing you at all.
All right, we're on board with Andy Player right now. Let's see if we can get a look at his camera. 13 machine out of Concord, New Hampshire. He's going, talking a bunch on that radio. Must be planning for his next stop. He's in his team. He's considered the master strategist. Trying to make his way around the 75 truck of Stony Benfield there.
Player taking exception with the block by Benfield. Heard him key up on the radio. He wasn't too happy about that.
I think he's running some kind of combo truck there tonight.
Mike, take the inside. Say hi.
Maybe breast cancer awareness. It's pink. It's October, possibly.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see a
think
lot of pink.
he may have mentioned something about that. So yeah, that's probably it. Normally his
Looks
normal
good.
black and yellow colors on the back there, but then pink up forward. Yeah, good looking truck. Good mixture. Well, all right, let's see. Go for the front here. Not much of a lead there. Eaton, got Dylan Bryant staying right with him and Eaton right on him too. Gonna get pretty spicy between these guys. We'll go through the field. So that's your current leader, Craig. Good enough first place. That's where you started at. You got Dylan Bryant's up 14 positions in that 51 truck, running in second. Mr. Dustin Eaton with the Tang group running in third, up 8 spots. John McAdam is in that 47 truck. He's up 6 spots. So these guys like John, I mean, he started, I believe John was 12th in the overall points. He basically has to have some of these guys have bad luck or go out there and win this race. That's one thing I didn't mention. If you do win this race and you're in that bottom 4, you're automatically through to the next round. And that's the case for this first round and the round of 8. Jeremiah Burke here out of Phoenix, Arizona is running 5th. Tony Benfield's in 6th, up 7 spots. Excuse me, Scott Roney. I'm on Scott Roney. I guess it's, yeah, I got mixed up with Stoney there. So John Gallagher, the 123 machine out of Roseville, California, right where he started, 7th position. There's an 84 machine of Josh Bittner in 8th, up 7 spots. Dustin Wade, your current leader, and you see that yellow on his truck as the contender chase leader. Got the chase leader banner going. From the far side, he's got also has the yellow spoiler and yellow back window. That's an indication that he is current leader. Now, if he falls out of the lead from this race going into the race 2, the new leader, kind of like Tour de France, is going to end up wearing those colors. So I'm sure he's out there very motivated, currently running 7th, looking good to be able to hang on to that lead. Where I took a look at Andy Player there, still running 9th. Chris Gomes is in 10th, up 15 spots from where he began. Yeah, Chris looks on camera because we were talking about how unique that is. How he has to look around, even to take a look at his different menus within iRacing. He has to look down or look up to see them. Got Jonathan Osborne here running in 11th position, up 15 spots so far tonight. Stoney Benfield's trying to challenge him here. See if he can get around. Stoney's in 12th, up 2 spots from where he began the evening. What'd you see?
We got some Burke and McAdam is making contact. Wade and Gallagher right behind him is making contact. And I'm sure Scott Roney is in the middle going, please don't wreck.
Yeah, they're on top of each other. This is getting pretty spicy here. Take a look from Wade's position here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
They are after each other right now. Boys, it's flat 43. You got a long way to go.
You're in the truck right now with Dustin Wade. See him there on the track 68 machine. He is sixth back in that line, just behind Scott Roney. They seem like they went single file now, so for the moment.
That's a fair one.
But he's not really able to get away from each other here too much. Let me jump back here. We were going through the field. Let's go to Mike Everidge in the 82 machine. He's up 17 spots from where he began. He did have a penalty to start the race with, so that's a great recovery up to 13th. Still looking to march forward. Trevor Robertson in the 6 machine is in 14th, up 3 spots. Just behind him, you got the 28 of George Rincon. He's up 4 positions. Now, Tim Pope currently suffering from that damage in that right rear. He is in 16th. Until he can get that repaired a little bit, he's really just going to be on the struggle bus, trying to keep up with even the pack, so he doesn't go a lap down. Got Anthony Williams out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. We talked about him earlier. He's up 1 spot, running 17th. Albert Anderson up 9 positions, running in the 18th position right now. Greg Klein just behind him, that 92 machine. You have an onboard with Greg tonight as well. Different vantage point than what we normally have with Greg. He used to be kind of a low and up vantage point, more of a straight on here. Kevin Hunt in the 434 out of Danville, Virginia is just behind him. 21st is Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida, followed by Tom Barish running that Hardy's machine. Tribute back to Cale Yarborough. Get that Mountain Dew tribute back to the same era Mountain Dew machine of Dion Jones, running 23rd. And Dusty Eaton must have hit the pits because he is in 24th. Wasn't he just up there vying for that lead? Let's take a look.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been in the pits for sure.
He went. I'm on here, but it's telling me he went in on 27 with everybody else. I don't know what happened here. I didn't catch him going backwards.
Why am I showing Craig good enough in 25th?
Me too. He's on pit. He's on pit lane.
He's in the pits.
Did we miss an
See
incident?
what happened to him? I don't know.
You want to go back here? Let's see if we can find something.
I'm looking and I see it doesn't look like there was an incident. It looks like he just pulled off into the pits.
It's not going to be good for his championship hunt. Let's take a look. Let's just back it up here, folks. So bear with me. I'm going to back up the see if we can find out what happened to him. He just drives on the pit lane. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, he must have had something has happened because normally, I mean, you wouldn't just drop out of a race. Now he drops it and he's back on the track, but something must have happened that made him have it to pit. And maybe he was having to reset equipment or something happened inside of his actual rig.
Well, he went low right here. Yeah, you can see he's getting ready to go in the pit lane. But whatever happened, he was good enough to drive it to his pit box.
I think this just goes to show that we're all having problems tonight. There's something in the air or something. The moon, we got a full moon. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, now he's back out there in 26th position, down 25 spots from where he began the race. See how much traffic he's got around him. He's down laps now. Yeah, let's see if we can get a word. Find him. Who's he racing with?
Team Tang.
84.
There he is.
84.
Nobody around. Let's see if we can get around this truck here. Also, we can also see if he's on his camera. Didn't have his camera earlier. Yeah, he's on there. Mike Adamson behind him right now. Trying to catch him when he doesn't have people all over him. Could be good right there. Hey, Craig's out and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
What's up?
Hey, what happened?
I didn't put enough fuel in it, I guess. So went down pit road, didn't put enough fuel in it, and realized that I only put 5 laps worth of fuel in it.
Oh, gremlins. Man, I'm in a gremlin. I'm having gremlins tonight too.
Yeah, usually it's a battle against myself most of the time.
Well, we'll let you get back to it, man. We just had to know what happened there because you were leading and just pulled off.
Yep, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good luck. So there you have it, folks. Not enough fuel. What? Man, that's got to be a gut punch.
We're seeing green flag pit stops too. Out there's so much going on. Albert Anderson and Burke were in the pits. I see Gallagher in the pits. So yeah, it must be about green flag stop time.
Looks like it.
Jack Dixon's retired his truck for the night. While we have just a second, I mean, we've not tried to neglect the chat on purpose, but we do have Eden Steele who's cheering for Craig Goodenough. I'm not sure I've seen Eden in the chat, so welcome Eden Steele. Derek Welch says he's at a son's football game tonight, playing their old school. So good luck to Derek and his son tonight. Taylor Provax, great night for VRL racing, but hate what happened to the 16. Yeah, we do too. Tim Brown, he said he wants to see the Air Jordan machine in Winner's Circle tonight, and that is John McAdam.
Yeah, sure is. You gotta wonder. So here's your current leader, Dylan Bryant. He's out there to a 3.6 second lead here. Now the question is, these guys are hitting pit lane, getting fresh tires. How long do you stay out there, Ricky?
I don't know. With as much fall off as they've got, you probably don't want to stay out there too long. I'm looking and I see some guys having a second and a half fall off.
Yeah, right now you have your top 14 are went in last on lap 27. So they're all together. But from that point back, you got guys going in at lap 51, 54.
Oh, Deion Jones has spun on the apron. Will that bring out a caution? He's off. Yep, it does.
It did.
And that's why you don't want to. Well, sometimes you don't want to pit early because stuff like that can happen.
So here's Deion coming off pit lane. Oh, just gave it too much juice.
Yeah, and that's easy to do when you're trying to get up to speed, kind of on the flat part of the track. Tires are cold, and you just light it up and spin it around.
Yeah, you know, the way that iRacing's been lately, I'm surprised that brought out a caution that was not up on the racing line. Maybe it's just because it was actually on the line to come off pit lane. So this is going to work out for the 51. I mean, as far as didn't have to pit under green, he's able to stay out there and take that advantage. And you got everyone from 16th back or a lap down at least.
Yeah, the top 13 had not pitted yet.
Definitely needs to be inspected.
Yeah, I'm even showing top 15 all the way back to Scott Milner.
Yeah, the
53 is coming to let you by. I have no idea where you're at.
Yeah, Eaton had pitted, but I guess maybe he had got his lap back naturally. So yeah, there's
behind a bunch of guys that don't want to hit the gas. So I don't know where we're at, dude.
All right, folks, as we're entering pit lane, your leader's Dylan Bryant. Chris Gomes is in second. Dustin Wade, Stoney Benfield. You can see a couple people stayed out there. Maybe they're taking a wave around, but most everybody on the lead lap that I'm seeing so far on pit lane, all the way back to Josh Bittner in 16th. Even got Greg Klein's in the pit lane. So is Craig Goodenough. He's a lap down. Yeah, this is going to throw a wrinkle in everybody's plans there.
Yeah, I think Bittner may be the lucky dog, but it's gonna get him because there's going to be waiver rounds like Albert Anderson, McAdam, Gallagher. I think some of those guys are going to get waved around Burke, and they'll all get to pass Bittner too, just because of the way iRacing system works. So, it's good in a way that you got the lucky dog, but in another way, it's actually not so lucky when there's waiver round.
Hey, you beat me out.
Looks like Dylan Bryant holds serve, maintaining that first position. Chris Gomes second, Dustin Wade third, Stoney Benfield fourth, and Tim Pope up to fifth position. We'll see if Tim got any of that damage fixed, actually. that was really hurting him. Oh, see, a good bit has been repaired. So maybe
Yeah,
he's
I
going to
think
be in
it's-
good shape.
Yeah, the what you kind of see on the back of his truck's actually part of the design, and the only reason I know that's because I painted it. So I think he's got it fixed.
Yeah, it looks good. I saw a lot of damage on that right rear corner I can't see right now, so that'll be good, but not good for the competition. That means he's going to be coming. Trying to pull my channel up here in YouTube and see how bad the audio still is. I've been looking while we've been discussing this and going through the race here, but I don't see anything obvious, Ricky. It might just be a reset somewhere.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Looks like we do have the guys waving around now, so they're going to have Bryant and Gones up front, Wade, infield. This is the really, really odd race. Can't get a feel for what's going on, what's going to happen, who the fast cars or fast trucks are. Like we're halfway through it, and I still don't have a clue what's going to happen.
Yeah, me either. I still got the echo, but it doesn't sound too bad. At least you can understand me, folks. We'll just focus on this racing here, see how this is going to come out. We are 60 laps into 133, so going by pretty quick, only on third caution. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a caution fest from this point forward. As you see, the pace truck is off pit lane right there. We're going back to green under control of Dylan Bryant. When does he launch? He launches just before the end of that restart zone. You can see the advantage he got there as he came off the line. Tremendous advantage, actually. And it looks like Dustin Wade is probably going to be able to get up underneath him here. I mean, Dustin is probably not super happy that he missed out on the playoffs by just a little bit. He's showing that he is very fast and capable to be able to mix it up with these guys who are going for the cup. But there's a trophy out there for Wade to get, and he's going after it. Very focused. You can see there on his onboard camera. Sure, he would love to go out here and make this a 2-win season. Right now, he's given the 51 everything it's worth. He knows that the longer he goes in this run, the more unlikely it's going to be he can get around the 51 because the tires are just going to start to go away, and you can kind of run a defensive line that really prevents that 68 or any truck challenging the 51 to get around, to be able to track out, so to speak, to be able to use all the track to gain the position.
Seeing some guys throwing some dive bombs here. I think the desperation levels picked up with some of them that maybe just got the wave around and they're frustrated and trying to make the best of what they got. Looks like there's some pretty aggressive racing going on about 10th on back.
Yeah, you got the chase leader just taking the lead of this race, Dustin Wade, to the point.
I know I didn't touch you.
Not going to go unchallenged for long. Bryant knows if he stays behind him, he might not see the point again, at least for this run. Jesse Reagan just here to cheer on Gones, see how he's doing in the league. He's doing well. But Gones is in the championship hunt. Take a quick look at that when we get a chance. Get up here in the main. So you can see Gones is in P4 right there coming into this championship round. And he is going to definitely advance most likely to the next round. See what he's doing right now. He's in 6th. He may go on to win this race even and lock his way in. Well, either way, as long as he makes it through this first wild card round, he should be in good shape. Maybe he can lock his way in the next week at the Roval. But yeah, Dustin Wade giving the league a notice. I am here, I'm fast, and I'm going to take it to you. Look at this.
It's good.
Look at this up front, man. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's a good thing Goodenough had such a big gap in his points because he's 2 laps down. He's in trouble. I don't think he's going to recover to be able to be competitive tonight with his mistake. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to say we're more than likely going to have to write off Mike Adamson. He's given it all. He's out there, but he's 7 laps down, and he needed to make up some spots to advance, and he's in big trouble.
Yeah, for sure. You know, coming into this race, the people who were below the cut line, so to speak, were Jonathan Osborne, George Rincon, Mike Adamson, George Rincon, Mike Adamson, Scott Roney, and John McAdam. Those are the 4 drivers that need to go out there and win, or have some folks in front of them have some bad luck for them to be able to get in and beat each other, right?
Right.
And so right now, I mean, Dylan Bryant's out front, so no issues there for him as they run. Now you're on board with Tim Pope. He was in second. He's up there. Craig Goodenough would be the one. He was in third, but I don't see him falling out necessarily. Let's see what his point total was. If I can pull that up here momentarily.
Goodenough's driving with the red mist, Alan. He's back in that lead pack. He's going to try to get one back the old-fashioned way. Now, if he gets one back the old-fashioned way and then we have a caution, he's only 1 lap down, and who knows?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't count him out in no way, especially if we get a couple of cautions and he's the lucky dog. Absolutely. See if we can take a look at where he's at right now. Here he is right here trying to get up on these guys. You can see he's coming to the front.
I would say normally guys would kind of give somebody trying to get a lap back the benefit of the doubt if they catch him. But I would fight him like it was do or die. I would not move over to let him get a lap back because he could get back in this race really easily.
Right, yeah, he's up there. One of the favorites probably to win the championship. If you got your foot on his neck, you don't want to let off at this point. If I was in this race, I would be the hardest pass he's going to make tonight. That's the way I would approach it. Not to the point of wrecking each other, but I certainly wouldn't give way. So let's take a look. What were the points totals? As you're watching, this is just incredible racing right here. The top, it's like 6-7 trucks right here, and you got him in the mix as a lap truck. I don't know if he's going to be able to go up here without burning the good off his tires and pass all these drivers, though.
Oh, no, he's giving it all, and he just popped the wall a little bit, so he's definitely running it as hard as he can.
I need to give you the points totals. I've got to open the right spreadsheet here. But as we're looking at it for the Cup, Goodenough came in here with 2,018 points. If he came in last place, it's kind of a loss of 40 points, right? Or he wouldn't gain. Let's just say he only gains, let's say he stays even. If you go so far back, you won't get any points or just very few points. But you got the likes of, Osborne, Adamson, Roney, McAdam. Those guys are down there kind of in the danger zone. They'd have to come up 16 positions, so it's not unlikely that he might be getting passed if he can't get back up here by one of these guys that get knocked out in the first round. That would be incredible.
Yeah, well, I'll sharpen the pencil while we're doing this and see what that likelihood is while we're going through the race here.
Yes, so right now, see you out there, Earl. Hello, Earl. Let's go, Osborne. Let's take a look and see what Osborne's doing right now. Mr. Osborne is running at 18 positions up from where he started. So Osborne's giving it to go what he needs to do to try and make it through to the next round. So just so you know, folks, we will take a preliminary look at the next, once the race is over, and see who was in the bottom 4. But that's just a provisional findings because, we got to take into account that the race admin has to review the race, any possible penalties that might come out of that, plus any bonus points that anyone earns tonight. So these drivers, if they have an incident-free race, they do earn 2 bonus points. And so oftentimes making the playoffs or making it to the next round of the playoffs, you see the 3 wide action almost up here in front of us, comes down to a single point. So like I said, we'll take a quick provisional look to kind of see, okay, is it close? And then we'll wait for the race report to come out in the next coming days, and we'll know going into the next round. These drivers know before you do, before the next broadcast. But there is the 81, scraping it off the wall, giving everything he's got. Right now he's running, like I said, in 8th position up behind that lap truck of Goodenough right now. Leader is now Dylan Bryant. He's able to take it back from Dustin Wade, and Tim Pope was able to get around Dustin as well. But Wade was out there, get everything he had. Let's see if he kept enough good on those tires to be able to stay with this lead group right here. Get him a podium or a win this evening. Get Earl out there. He was holding up good enough there for a couple of laps. Yeah, I mean, it's probably in his best interest to make sure he races him hard, because he might have a chance to make it through to the next round. All right, so we're going to go. Go ahead.
So McAdam and Roney, I'm counting Adamson out because he's so far back, but McAdam and Roney would have to both make up 19 points on Craig Goodenough. Osborne would have to make up like 17, and with Goodenough running 24th now, if he doesn't fall further, I don't think that he would fall out of the top 8. He's going to be close. He'll be probably 6th, 7th, but I think that he'll sneak in there if he stays at least where he's at right now.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want another incident to take him further back. Oh, see Stoney kind of bounced off the wall there in the 7.5 truck. Tony Benfield. Riding, watching Dustin Eaton here out of Temple, Texas. Dustin is running in 12th. Coming up on this rolling roadblock he's got in front of him with a 13 and a 28. He's either waiting to see how this is going to work out for them, if they're going to bounce off each other and cause an incident, or just try to find himself a hole there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 playoff drivers right there in a row, starting with the 14. You got the 28 here, also playoff driver, the 13 playoff driver, Jonathan Osborne. 5 trucks in a row, Scott Roney. So these guys are right together, every one of them, trying to get it done.
Yeah. So Adamson's in trouble to miss, it looks like. And Bittner, he is back where he had the lucky dog, and I don't know if his pit cycles off, but he's in 17th, so he's in trouble right now. But he is still on the lead lap, so I think he needs a caution. McAdam is in 15th, so he's got to probably get on the accelerator and make a few spots up. He's coming into the pits.
Yeah, you know, Bittner only came in here with 2,004 points. So they might allow like the Jonathan Osborne to jump ahead of him and get into the playoffs, along with McAdam or Roney, because they're only 4 points behind him as well.
And in Rincon right there, he's always steady, so he's just barely out. So it's tight.
And all these guys are right on top of each other. Look at this, under a blanket, 5 of the championship drivers.
Oh, Rincon actually came in 6th because he had a win, so he was 6 points up on Bittner.
Right.
So it's Bittner, Player, Osborne, Adamson, McAdam, and Roney is probably the guys to watch.
We got Jake the Snake out there asking if it's been a high line or low line dominant race. I don't think we've seen a dominant lane, honestly. What about you?
I think that the low line is better for the most part, but I think as the tires wear, there's some of these guys that's really good at ripping the top. Andy Player, Bittner. I've seen Burke up there. So there's some guys running the top lane too. I think it evens out after about 15 laps.
Just got into, looks like Osborne got into the fence there a little bit. He was trying to definitely keep that high line going. These guys right here are not going to give an inch for each other at all. Got Scott Roney up there saying, I'm just going to drive away from you 4 guys because I don't want to be involved in this at all. We have an onboard with Scott. Let's take a look at him. Uh-oh, something must have happened to his video. Everybody's having gremlins tonight, folks. All these updates have kind of thrown us off. And that needs to be off as well. Here we go. Scott's doing a great job, though.
Osborne Player, Osborne, and Eaton, 3 playoff drivers right together, racing really hard for about 10th.
See if we can go through in a minute. I'm gonna set up to do some driver cams action. You want to take a check on the chat? No change at front.
Oh, looks like, I mean, we did, I think you mentioned Earl Evans out there in the chat. He's cheering for Osborne. And then we went over Jake the Snake's question there. And we are caught up in chat. So if you're out there watching, though, who do you think's going to win the race? Like, who do you think's going to get through? Who think's going to make it through to the next round of the playoffs? Who's going to get bounced? Let us know. We'll go over anything you talk about in the chat. We'll try to catch up to it if we don't get it right away. I know we got the Albert Anderson a bunch out there. I'm sure they're wanting to know what's going on with Uncle Albert, and he got caught a lap down in that pit stop cycle. He's running 21st right now, so he's kind of behind the 8 ball, but he's hanging in there. If there's a caution, he may be able to get back onto the lead lap.
Yeah, while you're going over there, I see Dylan Bryant and Tim Pope was actually trying to make a run at him there, and nearly got up underneath him, but then he hit the wall coming out of I want to say 3. But that's your current top 2 right now. He's got Dylan Bryant, Tim Pope in the 7 truck, and Trevor Robertson in 6th, up 14 positions. I mean, you called him out for being able to win this chase. Robertson is a former champion of VRL Cup champion, so absolutely he's in the running to be able to win the chase this season. Just barely missing the actual playoffs. So let's take a look at your onboard cameras that we haven't looked at much. You see something first?
Oh, Brian, is he going to make it?
He did.
Oof.
That was close.
I was wondering what you were doing. You almost messed me up.
We'll see if I don't think he had an unsafe pit entry. Question is, was he speeding?
This time, Osborne.
If he wasn't, he done a really good job of making that all happen, because he was sideways, barely inside the cone, and he got on there though.
Go back and see if we can catch that.
Well, he's already rolling, so he definitely wasn't speeding.
Oh, he's good to go then. See all these guys coming off pit lane.
Jake the Snake he says Bryant's going to win the race. He's hungry for a win after he snuck the win from him in Kentucky on Friday. And Jack Dixon says that he's calling his shot for an all-star driver bringing it home.
Look at Dustin Wade, Eaton, Player, Hunt, Gomes, and Osborne, who are now in pit lane along with Gallagher, Mayberry, and Tom Barish. So the second wave is going through now of green flag stops. So while we're doing that, Anthony Williams, your current leader. Oh, I don't know if he was speeding or not. It looks like he might have been.
Definitely looked like he came in pretty hot. We'll have to see if he got it.
I think somebody out there was asking about the Jordan machine of John McAdam. Right now, he's running in the 2nd position, actually 1st, but I think he needs to go into the pit lane here. Take a look. Yes, he was last on the 81, though. He might have a little bit more in the tank here. He's going to stay out for a while.
No, he actually short pitted, Alan. He's got 10 laps. He's coming up on 10 laps. So I think he used the undercut and the tire advantage to get up there. He's going to be the leader, but he's going to have a tire disadvantage.
He is the leader right now. Dylan Bryant is in 2nd. Let's see how far. Dylan's back 2.9 seconds. But with those 10-lap fresher tires, we should see him come up pretty quick. Him and Tim Pope and Trevor Robertson. I'm going to switch over and take a look at these cameras real quick and run through them. We haven't been. You still got the live shot down there in the smaller window, folks, taking a look at the leader. We'll see if Dylan Bryant's able to catch up with him. He's not even in his view right now, but he is chopping down that lead. He is in the view up there going into the turn, so he's 2+ seconds back. But what we'll do is we'll run through these cameras for you while we have this opportunity. Starting with the 01 of Kelly Kill. Onboard camera there to see where's Kelly running right now. He's in 26th. Not the truck you're looking at, but it is the onboard you're looking at there. And then we're going to go on over to Ronnie's camera. Actually was out. we have the 085, Mr. Greg Dobson, and he's running 24th position right now. Next up is going to be Andy Player. Andy's racing out of New Hampshire, and right now he's running 13th in his Ford F-150. And then we have Dave Mayberry racing out of Tucson, Arizona. Dave had a good night. Let's take a look. Do you see where he's running? Dave actually not such. He's in 25th right now, a few laps down. May have been caught in that one of those very first incidents, big pileup on the opening laps that we had going on there. Next we have Chris Gomes.
In the first rank.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris Gomes in that 38 machine running virtual. It's pretty intense to watch this guy race sometimes. I see him on road courses with this thing on, and it's pretty entertaining, to say the least. Right now, Chris is running in 7th. Go ahead.
Got a very big diameter wheel. That thing is massive.
It looks like
he's got really small. I don't think he's a small guy, so I think that's a big wheel.
Yeah, I think that's a big wheel. You see how he's got the lines up on the top? I think that's an actual NASCAR style wheel for Fanatec. I seen that when I was searching and shopping around, and it is a bigger diameter. All right, so that's the 38 machine. Next up, we have Dustin Wade. Wade was out there showing some speed tonight, and he's in 5th right now, still showing it. Wanting to get up there and secure his 2nd win of the season. He's also making sure he stays out front. He's highlighted in yellow, as you can see, because he's the current contender chase leader. He wants to maintain that position, bring that trophy home at the end of this 6-race stretch. Next up, we still have the 88 machine of Mike Adamson out there. A few laps down, but there's no quitting this man. He's going to race it to the end. You never know what's going to happen. We are 98 laps. It's a 133-lap event. Not likely to be able to come back and make a splash, but he's going to finish strong if he has capability. If that truck can still roll, he'll be out there. Again, 89, he's going to, he had some bad luck. He's currently running 20th, up with 4 spots from where you saw him earlier. So he's making sure he's going to make it in through the next round. And just bad luck on that fuel, whatever happened with the fuel. We got the 92 machine of Greg Klein. Greg is running in 16th right now, still up 7 spots overall for the evening. Yeah, where's Greg racing? I think he's out of Oklahoma, right? I don't have the thing up on the screen here.
Yeah, is it Owassa, Oklahoma?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Before.
You were being kind, not want to say I couldn't pronounce it right.
Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Greg owes me a cruise for just remembering where he's from.
There you go. Sounds like a deal. So back up front, you have your leader, Dylan Bryant, in that 51 machine, closely followed by the ever-present Tim Pope. Are you surprised at all that even with that damage and everything that Tim's up here vying for the win?
No. I mean, if Good Enough wouldn't have had his misfortune, I mean, you would have Dylan, Bryant, Pope, and Good Enough more than likely all up there together, and it's going to be a dogfight for the championship over the course of these last few races.
Yeah, for sure. These guys right here are really going to, a lot of want in these drivers, especially these guys who've been up front all season long for a chance to win this thing. And then Trevor Robertson back here, no different. He's looking to take over the lead of the contender chase. Don't know. We'll have to check the points later on if he would do that with a win here. With a win, I think he probably would. Don't know if enough points, even running in 3rd, if he's going to be able to overtake current leader Dustin Wade. Moving on back, we got John McAdam. We looked at him in the 47 machine, running 4th. And there's Dustin Wade, and in his 68 machine in the 5th position. If we get you some battles on the track here. See, we only have like the top 15 are actually on the lead lap. From 16th back, some Jeremiah Burke back, or at least 1 lap or more down. Leaders are on lap 102. For instance, 16th of Jeremiah Burke's on 101, so he's 1 lap down from Osborne back in 21st, or 2 laps down at least, and more.
So Osborne must have had an issue that we don't know about, because he was running up in the pack. in that lead pack. This is putting Osborne in a spot to miss the next round of the playoffs.
Yep. He must have had something go wrong. Don't know if maybe he got a penalty, speeding on pit road, had to go back through, something like that.
I'll check on that as you're going through the field. See if I can find out what happened.
Sounds good. Go back up here, starting with Scott Roney, who just bounces off the walls. Just right when I get to him, racing out of Salt Lake City, Utah, in that 8th position. Dustin Eaton is in 8th, rather. Scott Roney's in 7th. Dustin is up 3 positions overall right now. Mike Everidge in the 82 machine. He's going in. It's like he might be being passed right now by Andy Player. Andy just took over 9th, and Mike is in 10th. Tony Benfield out of Albemarle, North Carolina, is up 3 spots, running in 11th. George Rincon is in 12th, up 7 positions. And George is going to be in good shape. He finishes here or better, which he looks like he's still going forward. He's going to be good to go on to the next round, make it through the wild card round. So Kevin Hunt is running 12th right now. Go ahead.
Osborne was either speeding coming out of the pits or it was a blend line violation coming out of the pits. He made his pit stop, got 4 tires, was fine, but then he comes right back in and was held. So it had to be something coming out of the pits. That's what's put him behind. He was running 11th before that happened.
There's the report on Osborne. As he's seeing, I think Jake the Snake in there in the chat said, hey, it's heating up for 5th position. He's not wrong. See the 38 machine coming up on Dustin Wade. We're riding on board right now with 38 Chris Gomes, racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina, looking to take over this 5th spot. Let's see if we can get you a look. Go ahead.
Tim McAdam has asked if the 47 gets in the top 5, will he advance? More than likely, but there's no guarantee because he did come in 12th in the points. So every position is really important for him. But it looks like Osborne and Adamson are both really behind the 8 ball right now. So I think he can gain on those 2 guys at least.
Yeah, then how's Bittner running? Because he only came in 4 points to the good over the 47 machine.
Yeah, Bittner, he had pitted. He was kind of off strategy. Him and McAdam both pitted earlier to get track position, and they're sliding. Bittner is back into 18th, but he should be pitting any time. So, yeah, Bittner's not looking real good right now either.
Yeah, so if Osborne and Adamson, are most likely going to be the bottom right now as they run. 25 laps to go. And Bittner's behind McAdam by that many positions. Where's John running right now? McAdam.
Oh, well, Bittner is 18th, but actually he has pitted, so he's done. He has made his last pit stop.
That's probably what's up. That's probably why he went so far back. We got Tony Benfield, George Rincon, Mike Everidge, Deion Jones on pit lane, Jeremiah Burke. We're seeing these green flag pit stops right here.
I think Tim Pope and Bryant there goes Bryant into the pits. He pits before Pope, and 1 lap could make that much of a difference. As tight as these trucks are, Pope and Robertson are all about the same speed.
Yep, they can go 30, 31 miles an hour. 31 laps for sure. We're well within that with 23 to go. Question is, and we should see Pope go in. I wouldn't stay out.
Yeah, it's how much longer will they stay out before they come in now? Because they're going to be losing over a second a lap.
Pope stays out. He's going around again.
Going in here.
He's actually probably going to put that. He just puts Bryant a lap down. If there's a caution now, that's really going to shake things up. It looks like Tim, Dustin Wade, Scott Roney, Andy Player, Kevin. Looks like is Kevin Hunt. He's still out there too.
I'm pitting here, Dustin.
Looks like from 8th on back is a lap down to the top 7. I don't think they went to pit lane. Let me look.
Dion, I'm going in.
If I wasn't in the playoffs, in the main playoffs, and I was still out there, I would stretch it as far as I could and try to trap all these guys a lap down.
You got Chris Gomes, Dustin Wade, Player, Hunt. All these guys just went on pit lane. Tim Pope, Robertson, and Roney all still stayed out, like you mentioned. Number 7 machine's up on that high line in 3 and 4. I don't see him going in this time either. Robertson's right there. Roney is hitting pit lane. Milner stays out. Of course, Milner's not right there at the entrance yet either. It looks like pretty much everybody's hitting it now, with the exception of these two. You know, riding along rather with Trevor Robertson. Tim Pope's right in front of him. Here he goes.
He's called it out.
I'm betting that Robertson's going to go here with him.
Probably.
There he goes.
Teammates, they're talking to each other. You know they are.
Yeah, I would be talking to you if we were on the same team. Hey, man, what's your plan? What's going on here?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
All right, so what's the difference here? That's at least 2, maybe 3 laps fresher tires these guys are going to have with only under 19, probably 18 laps when they cross the stripe here. There's Dylan Bryant.
I think the amount of time they lose a lap, they're not going to make up for it on the end. I think Bryant is in really good shape.
Well, he hasn't passed him yet. He's coming
well
around
clear.
right now.
He'll be clear by 6 seconds.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, they're still in pit lane.
There he goes by them.
He's going through, coming out of 2. Pope right now is up to nearly 4 seconds behind, plus 4, 4.5. Nick Adams actually in second now. Pope's going on 6 seconds, like you mentioned. Over 6. He's not quite over 6. 5.6 seconds. That's a lot to overcome.
So Dylan Bryant's fastest lap is a 30.19. His last lap is a 30.61. So he's probably lost about a half a second so far, but even half a second a lap, Pope is not going to make up. He's not going to make up 6 seconds. Not in the amount of time he's got left. And now if there's a caution, Bryant's toast because they've got fresher tires.
Yeah, Bryant's
that's the gamble.
You got to pray to the racing gods, no caution. You see Lori, the race admin just put on the screen a little kind of harken back to Thunderdome. She said 12 enter, 8 exit. 12 enter, 8 leave. So we'll see how it works out here. But Dylan Bryant, oh, look at that, man. Tim he's pushing. You see that? He's trying to get around the 47 there. He's jerked it down so he got sideways. He's 5 seconds back. He's chopped it down right already under 5 now. Are we sure he can't get back? I'm not so sure.
I would never say never, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, he's 4.7 right now and closing. Now, we don't know how much Bryant might be saving. I know if I went out there, I would probably, until I got a gauge on what the distance was going to be, I'd probably baby those tires the first few laps out, knowing they're going to have an advantage.
Bryant crosses the line
go ahead.
at a 37.75, and Pope ran a 30.37. So, half a second. He gained half a second. I mean, you're gaining half a second a lap. This is a 133. They may catch him. They're drafting him and Robertson drafting together.
They should be there in 7.5 laps. If the math holds right now, they're going to be there with about 5 to 7 to go. Now,
Josh Bittner's in 6th, and I know he's one of the playoff guys. He just sparked it off the wall. He's trying to hang on, but he's bleeding spots. They're 3 wide almost going into turn 1.
Yeah, they got the 82 trying to get up underneath him. He just had Scott Roney go around him. Mike Everidge is making a play for it too. He's been out there. He went in on lap 104, so these guys have fresher tires, which is a huge deal here. Back up here and take another look. So 3.86 now. Pope is back in closing. These guys are definitely, obviously, their teammates. They're just going to draft it and not mix it up with each other to get up there. Brian is not probably happy about this at all. I wouldn't be. It's not good.
Oh, caution. We have a caution.
Now, do you go in and take tires? Do you have tires left?
If you have tires, you go get them. I don't care where you're at.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at what happened last Sunday in real life. 4 tires was the winning strategy. And they do have one opportunity here, folks, for a green-white checker if they need it. Only one opportunity, though, not unlimited. See what happens.
Tony Benfield got turned off the front end of Dustin Eaton going into turn 1. I had seen them mixing it up a little bit throughout the race. I believe they've been having some disagreements, and it finally bowled over.
See if we can get a look at it here. 14's on the back end of Stoney there. Looks like that's where it's happened. Is that who you said was mixing it up?
Yes. They had definitely had a couple other moments of contact.
Yep. Only our 4th caution for this race, and the way they've been pack racing is a little bit surprising. You see, everybody's going to go in and get that fresh rubber. Question is, anybody going to gamble and take 2?
I mean, if you're 15th, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't. I love 4 fresh feel goods personally. I would take 2 if it was under green and I was trying to get in and out and with a few laps left to stay out in front of you. Generally speaking,
I've seen
I want 4.
Tim Pope take 2 tires before. He might do that, but he's so close to the front, he ought to take 4. Nope, he took 2.
He took 2.
Ah, well,
And so did the 6.
Pope's he's won more races than I probably raced, so I can't call him out on that.
So let's see. Yeah, so Tim took 2, but Robertson took, he took 2 also. Bryant took 4. Scott Roney took 2. Evers took 2. Andy Player took 2. So the only one in your top 6 that has 4 tires is Dylan Bryant with 10 laps to go. I think it's going to get spicy right here.
Now, Jake the Steak says with as new as the tires are, you can maybe get away with 2 ride sides. And yeah, if anybody can, Robertson and Pope both could. But I mean, Bryant's been one of the fastest cars all race, and he's got 4. Just depends on how they line up.
Yeah, he's been one of the fastest trucks all season. He's not going to sit there. He's going to be, I mean, if they try to block his line, he's going to give him a little bit of chin music, on the rear bumper and everything. It could turn into a mess pretty quick.
I'm gonna let you by here, Gallagher. I just want to get back.
As you see, they're getting lined up 2 by 2, getting ready for this restart. We're going to go green next time by with 10 laps to go. Actually, 9 when they hit the line. All right, Lori, I know you're out there watching. Let us know, who do you think is going to win this thing before we get there? Throw it up on the screen. Throw out your marker. She won't do it. How much you want to bet? Control of this restart's going to be with Tim Pope. He's your current leader. Trevor Robertson leading that outside line. Go ahead.
But McAdam, Bittner, Eaton, they're all trying to get in the playoffs. They all took 4 tires.
Yeah, coming.
All right.
I think Rincon did too.
Control for the 7. Coming to the restart zone here.
Green flag, green flag.
And we're back underway. He gets a good launch. 51 is right there.
Oh, wreck! McAdam is getting spun. Bittner's in the grass. Oh, and Bittner couldn't catch it head on into the wall. He's done. And Eaton hits him. Oh, no.
Check it up back there.
If we can catch what's happening back here. You said Bittner was one of the trucks involved. We'll take a look here.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Oh, like the 68. Did the 28 miss a gear maybe? 68 just maybe, I don't know if it's missed a gear. What happened there?
I think George may have missed a gear or missed a shift. It looks like he slowed down just and then got sideways right at the same time as Wade hit him. And I'd say that's done in a bit. I mean, now Osborne, who just got the lucky dog or a wave around, he may have a chance to get back in it. This is crazy.
Let's ride inside the cockpit here and listen to the engine of George Rancon, see if we can tell coming to this restart. Oh, yeah, something happened, I think.
Yeah, he went from 7,000 RPMs to 5 something, so I think he missed a shift, maybe.
Yeah, looks like that's what happened, and 68's just right with him, you know? Nowhere to go. They're going.
See how bad.
Oh, yeah. Don't know if it got, sometimes if you have an H pattern, you get stuck in no man's land with the gearing, or you just never know.
Clear for takeoff.
So McAdam, Bittner, and Eaton all wrecked. Now Bittner's his truck is hurt bad. I think he's done. McAdam, he's pitting again, trying to get some more damage cleared. Eaton had some front end damage. This is going to be crazy on the on who makes it into the playoffs, sneaks through this next round.
Yeah, you can see there Josh Bittner is pretty tore up. That's gonna be an opening for someone. That someone's probably going to be. Did you say it? Did we see if Scott? John McAdam was involved in that, or Scott Roney?
McAdam definitely was involved. He spun, hit the wall pretty hard. He's been getting some damage repaired. And now I said that opened it up for Osborne, but I think he was 2 laps down, so I'm still showing him a lap down.
You got Scott Roney up here in 4th.
Yeah, Roney's in good shape. Now, McAdam's going to have to drive like a man possessed. I don't know how it's going to shake out, because we've had so many playoff drivers that was near that bubble having problems.
Here's McAdam in 16th. He's looking a little bent there on the right front, but he's in 16th, and if he can get in front of, he can stay up there, he might have a chance to at least jump Bittner. Who else? Let's see who else was in there.
Rincon was in the wreck because it started with him, and he's right there in the point. Like, it was everybody from 7th to 12th, basically, in the points, wrecked together.
Where's Player?
Player's good. He's up ahead of him.
There he is. He's good. He's in 5th. Yeah, where's George right now? George is... Yeah, he's in 16th. He's right there, right behind McAdam, so he's no danger there. If he can... His truck looks a little better than the... Yeah, he looks okay.
We won't know until after this race, until well after the race, who makes it, because some of the guys could get penalties and lose penalty points.
Exactly. And also, if you didn't have any incidents, which I'm sure there's some in here don't have incident points. I don't know. We kind of had the big ones. We're going to jump back up here and watch the leader taking off here. Tim Pope's got control of this race. He takes off. Let's see if 51's able to get up here and challenge him for this win. It's like he's already up underneath 5 laps to go here as we take the green. 51 just like a cannon. I mean, I think he's got if barring some kind of miracle for the 7th, 51 is going to just blow right past him.
Yeah, I don't see how Tim can hold him off with fresh tires. He's going to try. He'll block.
Well, he might be able to just go around him on the outside, you know? That's what he's going to go for, looks like, maybe. If he can get that right rear corner, he's got to watch out for the 6 here.
Yeah, Robertson trying to come back.
51's trying to be patient. Yeah, 51's has to be defensive here.
For the John McAdam fans, he's well off the pace. His truck is hurt too bad to come up through there, so he's limping it around. Oh boy. Big contact in the back, but we saved it.
7 is not going to give him that bottom line. 51's taking him to the outside here. Just back in line. 3 to go. Coming to 2 to go here, folks. Who's it going to be?
I don't know, but it's going to be wild.
See, Pope is trying. He's defending that bottom line for all it's worth.
Oh my gosh. Gones is coming with a massive momentum, and he's got 4 tires, I think.
Coming to 1 to go. It's for all the marbles for this race, folks. Yeah, Jake the Snake. I thought he should have tried the outside too. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it now. 1 to go right here. We just crossed the line.
There's no track down there, buddy. There's no track.
3 and 4. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done.
I don't think he's going to have enough time.
No, Tim Pope's going to take home the victory.
What a race.
Yeah, that was incredible. I didn't think Tim had a chance with those 4 fresh tires. And honestly, 51 was really, really respectful because he was clearly faster. I don't know if I would have bumped him, Ricky.
They got too many races to go. You can't throw that out there on the first playoff race.
Can't pull a Denny Hamlin.
Didn't work out too well.
No. So again, hey folks, don't go anywhere. We are going to get interviews with your podium finishers, Tim Pope, Dylan Bryant, and Trevor Robertson, who just put on a show for us here at the end. We'll be right back. All right, man. I don't know what the hell's up with the microphone. You don't hear me weird though, right? So it's got to be OBS. Yeah, that's you early. Hey man, am I good? You're like, yeah, you sound fine. Sound like a robot otherwise. And I had it wide open too. I had it turned all the way up. Yeah. All right, folks, we are back and we are ready to interview your top three. We're going to start it off with the third step on the podium, Mr. Trevor Robertson. Hey, Trevor, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, great race. What a last 10 lap shootout there. How was that from your perspective?
Oh man, that's probably the most fun third place finish I've ever had. I'll say that. I was trying my hardest to get my nose underneath him, get him on the outside line, make sure Pope got the win. But I mean, that was intense for sure.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, I'm sitting there watching it, and I even made the comment to Ricky as we were coming back to the green there. And once he got up underneath you, I thought there's no chance he's not going to pass Pope here with 10 laps to go. But Pope was able to really, he just planted on that outside line, and you started challenging to the outside, making him have to be defensive. I think Pope might owe you a big, wet, sloppy kiss, man.
Yeah. I kind of wish that last green flag run would have finished out, because I was pushing Pope as much as I could. I think we would have caught him, and it'd have been fun that way too. But it was just a great race. Good call by Tim, taking 2 tires there on that last stop, and it was a whole lot of fun.
Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our third place finisher?
Hey, Ted, good to see you finally put one together and not have, computer issues or anything else kind of take you out there. Was you involved in the first lap crash and then drove back up through there?
Yeah, I got ran over. I got woed up in time, but I got hit in the back and then hit another time. But it was only a minute of damage. I got all but 25 seconds of it repaired, and then I got the rest of it repaired in the next caution. So then I was able to just drive it on through.
Do you think you had anything for Pope if it would have stayed green on the run before that last caution came out?
If we would have got past Dylan, I mean, maybe. I don't know. We were both driving it really hard, so our tires would have been both really hot. But I wasn't too messed up about trying to win, and I was just in a position to help out teammates, so that's what I was going for.
Well, you had a great run here tonight, man. So before we let you go, do you have any shouts for teams, fans, or family?
I'd shout out to y'all in the booth, keep things interesting every week, and Lori for putting up with everybody every week, and if my sister and everybody's still watching, I'd like to say hi to them, and that's it.
Yeah, make sure they tune in next week, man. I had a lot of technical difficulties tonight for some reason. The broadcasting software updated today apparently messed up the audio. So have her tune in next week. She'll probably have a better show. But hey, man, congratulations. Great job. And you're certainly strong going into this next round, getting after that chase. You may actually, where's he currently standing in that regard, Ricky? Did you take a look already?
Wade, yeah, he's 11 points behind Wade.
Yeah, man, you're in striking distance. So get out there and get after it, buddy.
I sure will. Thank you, guys.
All right, man, have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, it's your third place finisher, Mr. Trevor Robertson. I'm going to move on up the podium here to the 51 machine, who's giving it all he had. Hey, Mr. Dylan Bryant, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Man, I thought for sure you had that one with 4 tires, but you were kind of like the meat in the sandwich there. You had the 7 machine was just securing the bottom. You were very respectful not to just bump him. And then the 6 was starting to make you worry about the outside and have to kind of go defensive. At least that's how it looked from the broadcast booth, though. How was it from behind the wheel?
I'm about the same. If I would have let 6 under me, I would have been done at that point. But I was trying to time it to where I got to run off the corner so good that he couldn't have a chance to block it. But it's so hard to do that, especially when you kind of need to lift a tad bit and get down, because that allows the guy that is right there on your tailgate to swoosh down low, and then you screwed. So, but yeah, blocking all the way to the apron, somewhat past it and stuff. The only way to get around that is to spin them. But
yeah, for sure. I actually got Jake the Snake out there in the text chat asking, "Hey man, was the outside not a viable option? Did you not feel like you could have enough speed to get around on the outside?"
No. I could have pinched them down, and it was almost no good. It took probably about 17 to 20 laps before the outside in turns 1 and 2 was decent. But it was, I mean, if I thought I could do it on the outside, I would have tried. But of course, I live by, win don't mean nothing if you don't give respect on the track. And it is a fault of mine, and I'm gonna keep on fighting. But Pope knows I'm here to stay all the way to the end, and I'm gonna give it my all. And if I fall short, fall short. But the last race, I'm not gonna be. I ain't gonna wreck somebody, but I'm not gonna be as courteous, if that makes sense. I will move them up some.
No, I hear you. Before I pass it over to Ricky, I will say that the guy that you're giving respect to, he will certainly give it back. Tim, he'll race you clean too. So I think that's going to go mutual. You'd want him to do that in a similar situation. But great job, man.
Oh yeah, if it won't a playoff race, I'm pretty sure that he will. But you know what? I'm just going to settle for second or third. Okay, you just go ahead and go. But it is playoffs, so I definitely respect the moves and stuff. And the biggest thing is that we made it work without causing an incident, crashing each other. And as far as I know, I got a 0x. So yeah, second place not bad. Hopefully, in the second round I can get through the Roval and stuff and make it to the final 4.
Yeah, for sure. Hey Ricky, what you got for the 51?
A good solid run there tonight, buddy. Like always. What I was gonna ask you about the Roval actually coming up next week. I know that you're not been your strong point, the road courses, but I've also saw how much better you've got on the road courses over the last year or so. Do you think you're going to be putting in a whole lot of practice time before the race next week?
With my job and stuff, it's kind of hard to, but I'm definitely going to try. But I'm only fast because of being behind on a Allen and a Good Enough and a Eaton and them and Osborne and stuff. And I sucked really bad. It was like maybe 15th place, and now I'm almost guaranteed a top 10. But then again, anything can happen. But I should have at least top 10 speed, and with my bonus points and everything else carrying over, as long as I have a decent, okay night at Vegas, at Roval, should be able to go into Vegas and hopefully snack up a top five there, because I am dang good at Vegas. So.
Well, for sure. You're tied right now coming out of this race, maybe even ahead of Tim. But of course, there's going to be a reset, like you mentioned. You get to keep all your playoff / bonus points from the regular season, everything as we reset going into round 2. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for fans, teams, or family?
Yeah, just all-star racing with Albert, of course, Burt, Dixon. Shout out to Burke and Albert, man. They was getting the wrong end of the stuff. I think they went like two laps down. They dug in deep, and I think they got like a top 10 and stuff. So it was a good points night for them as far as the contender. Also Lori, everything that she does for VRL, Wednesday nights, Friday nights, a huge shout out to her and stuff. And also y'all, man, y'all do an outstanding job. And I lose a lot of sleep on Wednesday nights, because after I get off here, I go back and I watch the race, and I probably don't go to bed until like 2 just to get back up at 3. So but yeah, shout out to y'all. And then all the other guys on the track during playoff time, man, they really give a lot of respect for the red spoilers and stuff, and it's a great league and stuff. And I'm gonna keep on digging deep, and hopefully I'll talk to y'all in a few weeks, and maybe even next week, maybe.
Hey man, sounds good. We appreciate you talking to us and everything, and good luck next week at the Roval.
All right, guys, have a great night.
You too. All right, we're going to move on up to the top step of the podium. To Mr. Tim Pope, who was able to hold off a challenge for the lead there with 2 tires. Hey, Tim, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth. What do you got us?
Yep.
All right, man. What a strategy call there. You and your teammate went with 2, got out in front of that 51. I was talking during the broadcast. If you watch it back later, I told Ricky at the time, once he got past the 6, I said, man, I just don't see how 7's going to be able to hold him off here coming at him. But you glued that truck to the bottom line, and then strategically, your teammate there started making him have to worry about the outside and be defensive himself. But how did you, from behind the wheel, how did you pull this off?
That's pretty much it. I told Trevor, I think I'm going to take 2 here, and you think it's going to work? I said, I don't know. What do you think? You know, I said, well, I said, I'm going to try it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. He said, well, I'm going to try it too because I ain't in the chase. So we tried it, and I glued it to the bottom. Like I said, I hate blocking that much, but it's a playoff run, so I done all I could do to keep him behind me.
Yeah, for sure. You did a great job. I mean, he had the option to try and go around the outside. We actually asked him. Some folks in the chat were asking, hey, how come he didn't try that outside line? And he's like, I just didn't have the speed. I mean, in 2 tires, you're still fast. He just had a slight advantage, but apparently not enough to get around your outside. Were you ever concerned about him maybe trying the outside line?
Yeah, I thought he was going to do it a couple of times because he kind of peaked and was right there at the corner. I thought he was going to go ahead and go, but he never did.
Yeah, he kind of told us he just didn't think he had the speed. But I'm going to pass the mic over to Ricky. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our champion tonight?
Hey, good run, Tim. Putting it in victory lane here at Kansas tonight. Started out kind of rough though. Looked like on the first lap there, you got a little bit loose or tight, push loose, and out of turn 4 or coming into turn 4, 3 and 4. Did that almost do you in for the whole night?
Yeah, it does that. I don't know. I expect it a lot of times, but that's like the 3rd time that's happened where you get up behind somebody and it starts pushing. I'll let out. When it catches, it snaps it loose. But yeah, I caused a mess there. I thought I only got 16 seconds, but it could have been a little bit worse and a bigger mess than it was for me.
Yeah, so you got the Roval coming up next week. I know you do good pretty much everywhere. What do you think your chances are at the Charlotte Roval?
I don't know. If I have a penalty, I'll probably start in the back for that wreck. But Trevor said they've changed the whole thing, so I haven't even ran any laps on the new configuration.
Oh yeah, they got that hairpin now that you see in real life. That's good. That's a doozy, buddy. So hey, before we let you go, man, great run tonight. Congratulations on winning this race. Really stamping for the next round of the championship. 2 races involved in that one before we go to the championship 4 for the final 3. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, shout out Dylan for racing me clean there at the end. He's always raced me clean in the battles we had. He could have knocked me out of the way a couple times, but appreciate him racing me clean. Everybody on ADY, you guys for the broadcast, and I keep forgetting to thank him, but thank you Ricky Rittenberg for all the paint work he does with D&D graphics for my trucks.
All right, awesome. Hey, man, we appreciate it, and good luck next week at the Roval.
Thank you.
All right, Ricky, that does it for the interviews. Let's take a look at the standings real quick and just kind of see who's probably not going to make it to the next round. This is what I'm showing on the screen now is what we started with tonight. But as I'm looking at the results here, like we get down to Jonathan Osborne, McAdam, Bittner, and Adamson. Is that what you saw earlier as being most likely outside looking in?
No, I see. Yes, you're correct. I see Jonathan Osborne, McAdam, Bittner, and Adamson as being out, with Scott Roney was the last driver to sneak through.
Wow. So Scott brought it. He was one of the 2. You see, he was in P11. He comes out of here in the wild card round, which it certainly was, in P8 and makes it on to the next. You have 2 races to try and make it through to the championship 4 there. So, wow, I don't know. What did you think about the race overall, Ricky?
Oh, it was crazy. It was kind of what I expected. A wild card race, one shot, and 4 is going to get eliminated. Some weird stuff happened on and off the track, and it's a great race though. It was very fun to watch. A lot of competitive, close racing, and you didn't know until the last lap who's going to make it to the next round.
Yeah, certainly did not. And I just, man, that first incident really set everything up for some chaos, and a lot of playoff drivers and contender drivers got caught up in it. Some fought back and some were just too far behind to be able to make a difference, because we didn't have a lot of cautions here. I think we had 4 total, so it's really hard to fight back from that in those circumstances. No fast repair, so there was no get out of jail free card. Yeah, get on pit road, get your repairs done, and try to get out and fight back. But yeah, overall, great wild card round. Like we said, we're going to the Roval next week. That's the first race in the second round for the playoffs. Looks like, as what I'm looking at here, Dustin Wade maintains the lead of the contender chase, so he'll still be sporting the yellow banner next week. Make sure you guys come and tune in. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. You'll probably still hear it. We will get that sorted before we have the next broadcast. And other than that, Ricky, thanks for being here with me and trying to help me work through that in the moment. And as always,
that happens.
Yeah, it's distracting. So anyway, as always, folks, I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife. She admins this league. I do nothing but broadcast and occasionally race. So thank you for that and everything she does for me, the league, and the drivers themselves. And with that wraps up the wild card round of 12 for the Premiere Series. Now we're going to move on to Charlotte. We're going to move on, to Charlotte Roval for the round of 8. Another 2 races, but until then, race fans, make sure you remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.